Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to be talking about creatures that almost every Muslim person has been obsessed with. We talk about them during late night sleepovers with our cousins and during Lalinda parties when you are with friends. So I thought, why not actually read about them and gain some knowledge? And that led me to picking up this book, which is called The World of the Jinns and the Rebels by Dr. Umar Suleiman Al-Ashhar, and it has been translated by Jamal al-Din M. Zarabazo. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing the names correctly because Arabic is not my first language and neither is it my mother tongue. So obviously I bought the translated copy, and this book answers so many questions that you might have regarding jinns. Like example, what do they eat? How do they live? And what kind of animals do they travel on? And what kind of forms do they take? They can take almost forms of almost all kind of animals, but they mostly prefer taking the form of snakes and dogs. So it's recommended that if you see a snake in the house, warn it to leave, within 3 days. And even after warning it, it doesn't leave, then you are allowed to kill it. But you can kill snakes that we find on the street or out of house. But inside house, it's a possibility that it's a Muslim jinn. So you have to warn it to leave the house within a span of 3 days. If he doesn't leave, then you're allowed to kill it because, it could be malicious and bad. And there are so many things new things that you get to learn in this book. And I didn't know that jinns were they die like humans do. I thought they were immortals, but it's mentioned here that jinns, though they have long lifespans, they died like every human being does. And they have free will like every human being does. And it's also mentioned that they receive profits too. But it's point of contention in this book when it's not established that they receive jinn prophets as well, but they receive prophets. And our last prophet, Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, he came as a prophet to both jinns and to humans. And few jinns, when they heard him, they converted to Islam. And there are few jinns who didn't, because like all human beings, they have free will too. And among these jinns, there's this devil Iblis, and the entire story of how Iblis deviated from the path of righteousness after the creation of Adam salam is also mentioned in the story. And there's this beautiful quote in this book, like where the author gives us a snippet of the conversation that goes on between Iblis and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iblis says that this creature that you have created, he's referring to us humans that you have created, I will attack him. I will make him veer from the path of fierceness, from left, right, top and bottom. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, even if you do, I will forgive them. That was so beautiful to me. It was like, it really made me very emotional. And my favorite chapter, this book has 6 chapters, and my favorite is the last chapter. It actually makes you understand why Allah created the devil. It also makes you understand Allah's patience, His love, His gentleness, all His positive qualities that He practices towards us. It just makes you understand how great our Creator is. So I recommend this book to everyone who is curious about these creatures, about these beings, because it has been an interesting read. And the best thing about this book is it's not, Shakespearean or too florid to read. So generally my gripe with books that, are associated with Islamic literature is they always have very difficult language. So, when you're sitting with this book, you also have to sit with the dictionary, and it kills the entire fun of reading. But this book, it's written in simple and easy to understand language. So yeah, if anyone wants to gain more knowledge about these beings who live amongst us but we can't see them, I suggest you pick up this book. And yeah, inshallah, I'll be reviewing another book soon. Until then, Allah Hafiz.